Today we're going to talk about solving absolute value equations. Please make sure that you take out a sheet of loose leaf paper if you chose not to print out the notes. So to solve an absolute value equation, the first thing that you're going to do is isolate the absolute value sign. Use addition or subtraction first. Second, you're going to divide. Then you're going to remove the absolute value sign and make two equations. One is equal to the positive value of your answer. One is equal to the negative value of your answer. You're then going to solve each equation. So you should get two answers. Then you're going to check each answer in the original equation to make sure it works. Sometimes you do have to reject an answer. If we look at the first example, first I'm going to check and see if the absolute value is by itself. It is. So now I'm going to set up my two equations. I'm going to write x minus 5 equals the positive value of the answer, and x minus 5 equals the negative value of the answer. I'm going to solve each of my equations. Once I've solved them, I want to check them in the original equation. If I plug in the 8 for the x in the first one, I get the absolute value of 3 equals 3. We know the absolute value of any number is the positive value. That's a true answer, so this is a good answer, a valid answer. Now I'm going to plug in my second answer into the original. Notice that that is the original equation. Again, the absolute value of negative 3 is 3, so this is also a valid or a true statement, so this is a good answer. So my answers here are 8 and 2. If I look at the second example here, this is number 2. I notice that my absolute value is not by itself. So the first thing that I'm going to do is divide both sides by 2 so that my absolute value is all by itself. Once I get to that point, I'm going to set two equations. One equal to the positive answer, one equal to the negative answer. I'm going to solve both of them. Once I get my two answers, I want to check each of them in the original, so the one that's typed. I'm going to do the math. Two negatives make a positive. That's true, so this is a good answer. That's true also, so this is a valid answer. If I look at the second example on this page, so this is number 3 that we're really doing. First thing I want to do is isolate the absolute value. So I need to get this by itself. So I'm going to add 4, add 4. Once my absolute value is isolated, I'm going to set up two equations. One is equal to the positive answer. One is equal to the negative answer. I'm going to solve each of them. For this one, make sure that we remember to distribute that negative to both terms. And then I'm going to check in the original. So I want to go back to this equation when I'm doing my check. So this becomes 3 times 6 minus 4 equals 6 plus 8. This is the absolute value of 18 minus 4, 14. The absolute value of 18 is 18, so 18 minus 4 equals 14. That's true. So that's a good answer. And then I'm going to do the same thing down here for the -3. -3, whoops, that should be positive. This becomes -9. This becomes 9. Since that is a true statement, this is also a valid answer. The last one that we're going to do, again, check and make sure that the absolute value is isolated. It's not. So just like solving any equation, first I'm going to add or subtract to try to get the absolute value by itself. Then I'm going to divide. Then, since my absolute value is all by itself, I'm going to set two equations, one equal to the positive answer, one equal to the negative answer. I'm going to solve each of them, and then I'm going to check those answers in my original equation. That one works, so that's a good answer. And that one is also valid, so that's a good answer. If you have any questions, please make sure that you write them down and either ask me in class or email me.